might, with a proper nudge, be encouraged to follow instead the dictates of their talent. As part of his will to give the arts a prominent voice, which is Sudler insisted that this award be given publicly, so it falls to us to honor the winners of the award this year. But as we do, I encourage everyone here to think about your own graduate. Excellence takes a lot of forms, but excelling students also tend to remind us of each other. So I hope to praise the entire class of 2012, as I particularly focus on Wen-Song Chen. Wen-Song Chen grew up in Shanghai and came to Emory to study theater and film. The challenges of pursuing a degree, especially a degree in collaborative art forms where lots of intangibles have to be talked about and agreed upon, are already formidable. Agreed? Now picture doing that in what is for you a foreign culture and a second language. Got that? Now imagine doing it while creating entirely new ventures and artistic venues and opportunities as you go. Challenging enough? These are things Wen-Song did. As a teacher, what has fascinated me about Wen-Song is his combination of modesty and ambition. He is the most dutiful of students, always ready to thank you, even for the ordinary act of teaching him today just because he's enrolled in your class. Wen-Song treats it like a personal favor. He has this great gift for gratitude, even humility. But at the same time, there's this utterly guileless sense that if there's something interesting to do, maybe he could do it. May I list a few things Wen-Song decided he might be able to do? And did? How about being a program coordinator for the Shanghai Grand Theatre for its touring performances by the Juilliard Orchestra, the British Royal Ballet, and the Broadway production of Hairspray? How about being a visual editor for 2 projects for ICS, Shanghai's international television channel? Interning at CNN's Special Projects Department, where he co-created a film for CNN executives on Generation Y. Or that he filmed a documentary for a New Zealand financier based in Beijing on NGO developmental projects in Yunnan villages in China. How about his backpacking tour during two gap years through China, Tibet, Nepal, North Korea, Taiwan, Greece, Italy, the Czech Republic, Sweden, and Norway? Which meant, of course, that he could freelance as a photojournalist in Scandinavia. I mean, why not? Would you believe he was also a step dancer for Emory's BAM, the Brotherhood of Afrocentric Men? Wen-Song has a gift for opening himself up to and taking opportunities. I think many students are here because they do the same. But I think what this award particularly honors is Wen-Song's ability at making opportunities for himself and for others. This year, his senior year, Wen-Song went all out and created a new venue for cultural and artistic expression on the Emory campus. The Emory Chinese Theater Club reflects the presence of many Chinese students now in Emory, a community that obviously should get its own opportunities to celebrate and express itself in its own language. Obviously that ought to happen. But make no mistake, this is Wen-Song's baby. Without him, it simply would not have happened. We're talking about endless organizational effort, creating out of nothing or little, training inexperienced people to do all the backstage and onstage roles involved in theatrical production, improvising in limited facilities, masterminding PowerPoint translations, researching, directing, acting, and playwriting. The result was 2 productions that at times had the direct and inventive rough energy of experimental theater in the Weimar Republic, or the Manhattan Theater in the 1970s. In the fall, the Mandarin play by Yo Yimei, a phenomenon of the modern Chinese spoken theater, Rhinoceros in Love, Wen-Song's production was the American premiere. Rough and thrown together technically and a fascinating power, he got, in his words, ordinary, shy Asian students to perform with humor, abandon, and technical precision, performances of remarkable intensity, and watched as living actors in projected images that had a dreamlike intensity. I still don't think I can completely understand the play. But I will never forget the spell this production cast, its story of obsessive total love in a sea of trivial media-dominated imitation of love. Another faculty member said to me at one of these performances, I feel as if I've experienced something I could never have experienced anywhere else at any time. Much more established theater artists dream of getting that response. In the spring, a new play by Wen-Song himself, based on research by himself and the cast, Zhao, a biographical and hagiographic treatment of Lin Zhao, a Christian martyr to the Chinese Cultural Revolution. This is a play that comes out of Wen-Song's heart, his deepest convictions, and it is a work of historical remembrance that he and his fellow creators made here, in the shadow of the fact that they could not have plant where the action takes place, because of governmental control of political memory. This is new work of special importance, idealistic and courageous. This is theater giving a voice that needs to be heard in every and in the world. And when there was no institution to house this work, Wen San Chen made one and went ahead. We're honored to present the Sudler Prize in the Arts to Wen San Chen.